EA Sports, in partnership with the United States Golf Association, so proud to spotlight golf's best amateur talent from around the globe. Today, it's live coverage of the third round. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. Our leader here on Saturday is our featured golfer. He's got a sizable advantage here as he looks to increase it further.
Oh, talk about a friendly kick. I never got those. It could have stayed in the rough for the same price.
Put it in a great spot off the tee. Has just 86 yards left for his second shot. See what he can do with this.
In golf, you know, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
Nope. Okay, that's in for par here at the first. And he's going to maintain that substantial lead. The second hole, a par 3 measuring 220 yards. In theory, it's a straightforward, though long, par 3. 2 bunkers left and short shouldn't be in play, but the hole does play deceivingly uphill, so a solid strike is a must. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass.
"11 feet away.
That's a confident roll right there. Well done. It's a par here at the second. And he'll remain well in control of this tournament. We head to the third now, our first par 5 at 563 yards. Bunkers appear to be scattered on either side of the fairway, so accuracy is a must. This green is definitely reachable in 2, but it does run nearly 50 yards from front to back, so if your approach isn't on target, you could be left with a putt of better than 100 feet. No issues here. That is into the fairway. really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
Nine feet left here for birdie. Oh, right by the hole. The longer putts, you don't mind as much. The short ones, they tend to sting. So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Next up, we reach the par 4 fourth, measuring out at 443 yards. The bunker left of the fairway complicates things a bit, and it is easy to run a tee shot right through the fairway. But if you do wind up in the short grass, the approach shot is one of the most panoramic in golf. Oh, that is right, and that could be trouble. And now, problems there for our leader. That ball into the very thick stuff here off the tee.
That was some shot. Moved heaven and earth just to get that one out of the rough, and now safely on the green.
Yeah, he had a pretty good run at that, but it won't go down. Still pretty good from there. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4, and he'll remain at 14 under. On now to the number 1 handicap hole on the course. That is the 445-yard par 4 fifth. This one plays right along the bluffs of the Pacific. Keeping it straight here is the big key because trouble lurks on either side if your tee shot or your approach are wayward. That was close to being good, but it'll hop off the fairway and into the heavy stuff. Not taking the easy road on this hole, but still a chance to get out of here respectably, Frank.
Yeah, if that ball had just missed that bunker, got some decent distance out of that deep rough.
Okay, pretty big swing necessary there, and that's not all that bad from that far away. Oh, I thought that was going. Okay, that one brushed in for a bogey here at the 5th. Unfortunately, with a big lead already, very little damage done. The second par 3 of this front side, another long one, this 6th hole measuring out at 217 yards. That voice in your head will be telling you, don't go left, because if you do, you'll be down the cliff and onto the beach here by 5 Mile Point. All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. This one's going to need to carry some pace with it. A long one for birdie. Back up the slope. What a roll that was. A long one in for birdie. And he's got it to 14 under par. We head away from the coast now due east as we come to the par 4 7th. A big wide fairway should make the tee shot manageable, but from there, this 3-tiered clover-shaped green provides a lot of opportunities for 3 putts if that approach wedge is not dialed in. This one started up the right side. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. Good chance to get one in close from here. This, his second. Okay, not a bad lead. That's a good shot. A 6-footer now for birdie. Yeah, well done. It's back-to-back birdies here on this front side. And he moves to 15 under. The 8th hole is a par 4 at 385 yards. This one, similar in a lot of ways to the 3rd hole. The bigger hitters can easily clear those 2 fairway bunkers and, in theory, leave just a little pitch on for their second. Okay, on the putting surface, but work to do from there. Let's bring in Notah Begay III for a look at birdie.
And all things considered, he's in a pretty good spot. It might move gently to his right as it looks back up the slope.
That one just going to sneak on by. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll stay at 15 under. On now to the finishing hole here on Bandon Dunes' front side, the par 5 9. It's the longest on the course, measuring out at 585 yards. You'll find a handful of pot bunkers in the inopportune spots along the way. But if you can navigate your way around them, you just might wind up with a birdie putt. This is going to try and stay on the fairway, and I believe it will. Up along the right edge, but a good shot. Be pleased with that one. On and 2, par 5. Didn't fly it there, but didn't have to. Got everything he needed out of that shot. Had a pretty good run at it. That would have been a nice eagle, but couldn't quite find the line. Chance now to make the turn with some momentum for birdie. Not much more than a tap in there. It is a birdie at the 9th, and he'll go out in 34, 2 under par for this front side. The backside begins here with the par 4 10th hole at 380 yards. The big hitters will feel like they can get it down there pretty close. An approach from the right side might be a bit shorter, but you'll get a better angle if you come at it from the left. Solid, a good drive in the fairway. So a big drive, and not much needed to carry here for his second. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. Oh no, I think he was about ready to walk that in. That looked on target the whole way. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he's going to remain at minus 16. The 11th here at Bandon Dunes at 452 yards, a par 4. The putt bunker left of the fairway is the main concern on the tee shot. From there, an uphill second takes you to a green that slopes away and back toward the ocean beyond. So often we talk about needing precision off the tee, and this is how you do it. That is dead center. From the fairway nota, this is second.
144 left to the hole. Tough win for a right-hander coming from left to right.
Imagine a missed club because that ball sailed past the flag. Really just fortunate to stay on the back of the green.
Yeah, that's really well done. From that distance, you'll take it every time. So that brushed in for par here at 11. And he'll stay right where he is. And they make their par 3s long here at Bandon Dunes. This one, the 12th, measures out at 238 yards. This one at least is slightly downhill. Areas of concern include that putt bunker short and left, and then the thicker stuff that comes into play if you knock it over the back. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass. This will be a 5-foot putt here. No missteps there. It is a par here at 12. And he'll remain right where he is. We come now to the 13th, a 553-yard par 5. This hole reachable in 2. You may need to get lucky, though, on your drive, as rolling dunes could leave you with an uphill flyer lie or a tough downhill shot to contend with. Is starting up the right side. Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway. That's a nice shot right there, landed just short, released onto the green, and now a chance for an eagle 3. Oh, I'll tell you what, that is some kind of round going on now. What a putt that was. It's an eagle, and his sensational play continues on this backside. On to a tough one now, the par 4 14th, listed at 390 yards. Putt bunkers are the worry here. There are 5 of them to contend with all told, and none are easy outs. The green is a narrow one as well, with a good amount of tilt from back to front. Nope, that wasn't the right line, and he'll pay the price, as this ball gonna run off the fairway and into the bunker. Oh dear, that looks thick in there. I think he'll be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll remain at 18 under. On now to the final par 3 on the course, the 15th, listed at 206 yards. Don't be lulled to sleep by the sound of crashing waves and seagulls. This hole can bite you, especially if you don't avoid that front right bunker, the deepest on the course. Okay, not taking any chances there. A good, safe play in the middle portion of the green. A look at birdie here at 15.
Well, and he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself with very makeable opportunities.
Oh, yes, a perfect putt there. It is in for birdie here at 15. And he moves to 19 under for the tournament. This is one of the signature holes here at Bandon Dunes, the par 4 16th. Some golfers play for the upper fairway, which gives you a bit of an angle to the green. Others, they stay down low, which is maybe a little safer. A third option is just to try and carry it over everything, but beware the pot bunkers and the gorse if you choose option C. Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot. So from just off to the side of the green here, this he is second to the par 4. Not much to this one. It's for birdie. Goodness, that is too bad. That would have been a good birdie, but not to be. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And he's going to stay at 19 under par. Feast or famine here on this par 4 17th at 405 yards. There are no good misses off the tee. Left has pot bunkers and thick gorse. Right with a long bunker and the side of a canyon to contend with. Best to just put one right down the middle, but that's easy for me to say. Oh, and that one nosedives right into the thick stuff. That could be problematic to say the least.
Well, not super close, but safely on the green.
So now this, right around 25 feet for birdie. Yeah, that's good putt. It is in for par here at 17. And he'll stay right where he is. On to the home hole to wrap up the round here at Bandon Dunes. And after battling to get here, isn't it nice to have a birdie hole to take you to the clubhouse? That's what we have with this 558-yard par 5. Simply avoid the bunkers off the tee, and you should have a good chance to reach this green in too. And that was flirting with disaster the whole way, and it's going to wind up popping into the bunker. Second now from the sand here at 18. Okay, that's a good, safe play. Get it back out into the fairway. Get some distance if you can, and gets it to try and make a good third on this par 5. Okay, that's acceptable there. Chance now for another birdie.
Well, I've really been impressed with how he's handled the speed on the greens, but this one is going to be a tester down the hill.
Oh, that is a beauty. In for birdie here at the last. So our featured golfer likely going to be doing a little tossing and turning tonight, working with a 54-hole lead and looking for that first PGA Tour win. Frank, dial it back a few years. What's that?
A lot of years.
Yeah, what's that like?
Well, I remember when I was 22, my first professional one was in Australia, and you actually don't know. You ask yourself the question, you look at the leaderboard, all those players in front of you, do I really fit? And then after 18 agonizing holes, you go, I belong.
So for Frank Nobilo, Notah Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. EA Sports is proud to present continuing coverage of the world of golf. Today, live coverage comes your way of the final round. Well, we have already seen 3 scintillating, sometimes spectacular rounds of golf. By the time twilight comes calling later today, we will have a champion as we check the Sunday leaderboard. Our leader is indeed our featured golfer. It has been a textbook performance to this point. And that a beauty safely in the fairway to get this Sunday round started. Let's bring in Notah Begay III once more. Notah, when you were a kid with those big dreams, 11, 12 years old, you're on the putting green practicing all those hours. The 4-footer was for what?
Well, these 4-footers, a lot of 4-footers today are going to be for one of the biggest prizes in golf, and that's an invitation to the Masters and to the U.S. Open. And for any young golfer trying to work their way up the ladder, those are the pinnacles of achievement in our game. So a lot at stake today, a lot of pressure. Let's see how it goes.
Nah, that's going to wander off to the right and leave maybe 2-3 feet coming back. Oh, well, that is not what you want to see on the first hole. He's already thinking this better not be one of those days. All right, that's in for a bogey here to start the round. And he'll fall back to -19. On now to the second here at Bandon Dunes, a long par 3 coming in at 220 yards, and it is every bit of those 220 as well, as it can play up to 30 feet uphill depending on the tee box. Fortunately, shots that run long do have a tendency to funnel back down. Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round, will win the day. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Yeah, Rich, this is going to be a really slow one because we're going right back up that slope, but it's straight, so pace the priority.
good putt there. It's in for par here at the second. And he'll remain right where he is. On to our first par 5 of the round, the 563-yard third hole. Bunkers dot the fairway on each side, and they're penal. But if you can avoid those, you'll find a wide, receptive green that will yield a share of 3s and 4s. And that one looked good for a while, but it's going to get gobbled up by that bunker. Want to make sure you catch this cleanly. His second to the par 5. Yeah, that's a good shot. Sand takes away any chance of going for the green in 2, but this is a nice recovery here to get back on track. All right, that's a board, but a lot of green between ball and hole. Here we go. This one for birdie. Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And he gets it to 20 under par. Up next, we come to the par 4 fourth hole, which measures out at 443 yards. Beware that the rough is thick if you miss here, but a well-placed drive rewards you with our first real look at the Pacific, as you'll see that big expanse of blue and start to hear the crashing waves below. This may be a touch right.
That had to be in the rough the whole way. One more bounce back on the fairway.
The good break got him here, now his second to the par 4. And that'll do just fine. This from about 10 feet. Boy, that's a good stroke. Just a fraction off target, but you can't get the speed any better than that. He'll finish that one off with no problem. It's in for par. And he's going to maintain that substantial lead. We turn northward along the beach here at the 445-yard par 4 fifth. Like the previous hole, the landing area is a narrow one, and it doesn't get much easier from there. The green's protected by a big bunker on the right, and be careful because those onshore breezes like to push the ball that way. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Working out of the rough now for his second at the par 4 fifth.
And that one barely makes the front of the green. Do you realize if you just miss it the middle of the club by a quarter of an inch, you lose 10%. That's right, 10%.
Yeah, that's a good putt. It is a par here at the 5th, and he'll remain well in control of this tournament. We continue our turn northward along the bluffs as we come to the par 3 6th. It's another stout one at 217 yards. Most golfers will be happy to play toward the right center part of this large green and stay away from the trouble, including the cliff on the left. And that one gonna wind up smack dab in the middle of the green.
Birdie putt coming up, but you gotta think anything inside of 7 or 8 feet here is pretty darn good. This is an 11-foot putt.
Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, it's a bogey here at number 6. And that's going to drop him down the leaderboard just a bit. We make our turn away from the ocean now and head to the par 4 7. At 411 yards, it offers a nice wide fairway to sort of bomb away into. That will likely leave an uphill approach for the second to a green that is one of the more difficult on the course. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Just over 90 yards, all that's left here for his second.
That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
Oh, needed just a little bit of a turn, but that will somehow stay right on the edge.
That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. The 8th hole here at Bandon takes us back toward the ocean. It's a par 4 at 385 yards, so it's not a long one. If you can successfully navigate or bomb it over those 2 fairway bunkers, you could leave yourself with not much more than 50 yards or so for your approach. Oh, he's taking a big run at this. Drivable par 4. Not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Bit offline, and it'll leave a good 4 feet coming back. Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and he'll stay right where he is. Well, whereas the 8th was a short par 4, nothing short about our closing hole here on this front side. The par 5 9 topping out at 585 yards, the longest hole on the course. That said, birdie is certain not out of the equation. That is, if you can avoid the pot bunkers in the landing area off the tee. That one may get up close to the right edge, but it looks like it's going to hang on. That'll be just fine. That is a really good shot on him, too, on this par 5, but the work's not done yet.
I'm a tough taskmaster. If he makes the putt, or at least gets down in 2, then I'm going to congratulate him on this hole.
Yeah, from that far away, anything inside of 5 feet,
pretty darn good. A 4-footer here for birdie.
Nothing to it. Well done. It's a birdie here at the ninth, and he'll go out in 36. It's an even par front side. We begin the back nine here at Bandon Dunes with a par 4 measuring out at 380 yards. It's yet another hole where that blue ocean catches your eye in the distance beyond. This hole, fairly straightforward, but big hitters should take note of that pot bunker that sits about 30 yards short of the green.
That sets up for a lengthy putt here on number 10.
So now's where it's going to get tricky. This will need to be weighted perfectly. It's for eagle. How about the speed here? Are you kidding? That is exceptional from that distance. That is worth a wow. Okay, well done. A couple of birdies here sandwiched around the turn at 9 and 10. And this is turning into an absolute runaway at the top of the leaderboard. On to the 11th now, a par 4 at 452 yards. Best to keep it down the middle or to the right off the tee. That leads to an uphill second where you'll most likely have to take it right over that bunker that guards the front right portion of the green. And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. Down on the course, let's check in with Notah Begay III.
157 to the hole. Wind definitely hurting in his face.
Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Is 5 feet left.
Okay, well done. It is a par here at 11. And pars are fine at this point with this tournament well in hand. On to the par 3 12th hole. This is the number 18 handicap hole, so maybe that gives you a little reason for optimism. But par is not a bad score here as this measures out at 238 yards, the longest of the 4 par 3s. And this is going to be in the short grass just off to the left. Now short-sided a bit as he sets up his second from left of the green. Yes, a perfect read there. That is in to save par. And he's going to remain at minus 21. The rolling hills of Oregon provide the backdrop to this par 5 13th hole. At 553 yards, it is reachable in 2. Big dunes in the fairway could make the stance awkward for that second shot. But a big green that measures better than 50 yards head to toe does yield a good number of eagle putts.
Boy, that's way down there. Should only leave an iron to this par 5.
Now a big spot here for something good. This is short second to the par 5. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. good effort, but that'll run 2-3 feet past the hole. Shouldn't be much in this for birdie. Just like that, it's a birdie here at 13. And this is no longer a contest, folks. This one is all over but the shout. On a course with so many great vistas, this is visually a tough hole, this par 4 14. Look out in the fairway and you'll see pot bunkers to contend with in your landing area. If you can stay left of the danger, you will have a better look into an elongated green. Oh, this is going to be way down there.
I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw on the par 4 with a drive in one.
A 5-footer now for birdie. No, that's going to miss right, and a good opportunity goes by the wayside. That one finished off. It's in for par, and he'll stay at 22 under. 4 holes to go as we come to the par 3 15th, measuring at 206 yards. Best to avoid the short right bunker, which is the deepest on the golf course. Putting one in the center of this plateaued green is not a bad play here. Nope. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And he'll remain right where he is. Maybe the prettiest hole on the golf course, this par 4 16th. A plethora of options off the tee. Most end up deciding to see just how close to the green they can get it. Beware, though, of the ever-present bend and dunes pot bunkers, as well as some pretty thick gorse off to the right.
Well, I'm curious what sort of shot you're going to have from there, but one thing I do know, when you're on a tee box, you get a great lie.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. 12 feet still to go. Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And this one was over a while ago. This is just a walk in the park now. A lot of these holes here at Bend and Dunes have big, wide landing areas. That is not the case here at the par 4 17th. You'll need to thread the needle here with bunkers on either side, thick rough on the left, and a canyon to the right. But a safe drive in the fairway can yield a pretty good look at your second. Showing no signs of a let-up here. This tournament seemingly under control, as that's in the fairway here at 17. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second for this par 4. Okay, not particularly close, but a chance for the putter to do its thing. Yes, some good playing here toward the end of the round. Birdies at 16 and 17. And that's going to move him to 24 under par. So now it's on to the 18th here at Bandon Dunes. The fog's starting to thicken up a bit as we reach this 558-yard par 5. The big key is avoiding the bunkers off the tee. Do that, and you'll have a good chance to get out of here with a birdie or maybe even an eagle. And that ball going to roll out a little too much as the momentum carries it all the way into the bunker. Looking for a rousing finish, a second out of the sand at 18. Okay, that's a good, safe play. Get it back out into the fairway. Get some distance if you can, and get set to try and make a good third on this par 5. Okay, on the green, but it's going to leave a putt that will get your attention. So this for a finishing birdie at 18.
And he seemingly had no problem with his reads all around long, so this shouldn't be too difficult.
Frank, one way to look at this is as a possible stepping stone to future greatness. It's an amateur title for our featured player, and it does include a ticket to compete in the Masters and the U.S. Open.
Huge present on the back end, that's for sure. But, Rich, you and I have both had a lot of fun covering the amateur game, some of these great amateur tournaments around the world. And we see this young talent, and, I mean, there's a lot of it, but it only sort of eventuates in one winner. That one person gets that ticket.